Michigan and a lot of schools, they talk about their culture, and their culture is something they're proud of, right? Is Michigan's culture extremely strong and proud now? Like when they had that meeting today, right? Is it? So, and I think about that when Sharon Moore took over, and you talked about it already, like the amount of coaches that left, right? Jim Harbaugh left and Jesse Minter left and others, right? Like it's different. It's different than it was just 2 years ago, right? After they won the national championship. So, I mean, if that culture isn't as strong as it was, he's gone. Because there is some truth to that, like your brotherhood. Like, hey, you're working out with these guys, you're grinding still. Hey, man, we're Michigan, right? We're Michigan men. That's why we're here. That is still a thing, but maybe it's not as big of a thing as it was a couple years ago. So
there was an aspect of that Ohio State game where I felt like a lot of the core values that kind of Michigan always had didn't feel like we're there. A lot of just trying to pick fights and, after the whistle crap and just a lot of that type of stuff. And it kind of was going on throughout the season, but man, it really came to a head in that Ohio State game. Like it's just, the whole season never really felt right.
You and I had talked about this before though. And I even said it a little bit with Harbaugh. But that's just because I'm extremely old school. Like I felt that in general over the last few years. And to Jim Harbaugh's credit, he toned it down a lot. Like, do you remember the signing of the stars and spending the night at a recruit's house?
That was a little different to me, Brian. And I know where you're going to get with this point, but the signing with the stars to me was like, hey, we got to get Michigan's brand back out there.
That's where it bothers me.
That's what I felt like Harbaugh was doing.
But that's where it bothers me. Like all of that bothered me. Like, okay, if you're Michigan, right? You're the University of Michigan. Why are you resorting to that? And to his credit, like, he toned it down a lot over the years, right? But I was still bothered, and it continued with Sharon Moore with like players. Okay, I'm sorry. You can call me whiny. You can call me a Michigan State fan, whatever. Planting the flag at Ohio State is awful. Like Bo Schembechler would have never done that. Like never. Lloyd Carr would have never done it. Like that bothered me a lot. Waving goodbye, all that stuff like that. I'm sorry, it's wrong. And we had talked a lot about after the game last time about how our respect for Ryan Day went up a little bit. Like, because he like calmed it down. He's like, no, he's like, Sharon, you got to get the guys out of here. We got to get them out of here. We don't want an incident. Like, I respect that. Right. Yeah, and that was pretty cool. And then when they went to celebrate with their fans and Michigan stood at the, like, oh, it was okay for Michigan to plant the flag a year ago, but no way we're letting it happen. And at the big hot, like, it's just like, okay, really? Like,
yeah.
Yep. Bothered me.
Yeah. There's an aspect to what I think Michigan, after the 2020 season, more after the 2018 and 2019 years when they got blown out by Ohio State, and it felt like Michigan had a championship-worthy team, and they got blown out by Ohio State. There's a lot of rumors that, and we've talked about this, but there's a lot of rumors that Ohio State had stolen Michigan signs. They were stealing Michigan signs. They knew Don Brown's signs and his signal and all that. And Don Brown was kind of stubborn and refused to change his ways and all that stuff. Okay. But I feel like Michigan made a decision at that point, like, hey, we can either stay as like a 10 to 20 program, hang around, but we're never going to beat Ohio State. We're never going to be top 5. We're never going to win a national championship. Or we got to get down in the mud. We got to get dirty. We got to get our hands dirty. And we got to do some things that we have traditionally not done as the University of Michigan. But if we want to take the next step, and Harbaugh was probably at the point where his back was against the wall, he was going to get fired. He took a huge pay cut. And he's just like, screw it. Let's get our hands dirty. Let's go win the whole thing.
I'm with you, man.
Did the sign stealing and all that stuff. That's stuff that wouldn't have happened before.
Yep. And
it feels like it started with that, and it's eroded to the point where we are now, where Michigan football just does not feel like what it had been our entire lives. And it's come to a head to this point right now. And they're not in a good way. They are not in a good way right now.
The boomer of me.
And that's saying that they just won a national title 2 years ago. But they are not who they are. They are not the leaders and best. They do not have the moral standard. No, all of that stuff is gone.
Yeah, that's the part that rubbed me the wrong way the most. Is forever Michigan always talked about, like, hey, they might be doing that stuff down south, but we don't cheat, so we might not be playing for national championships, but man, we're doing it the right way, and that's gone. Yeah, I'm with you. That's gone. So it's just, I mean, the boomer in me is like, this is an unfortunate time as a sports fan, period, and a college sports fan, period. I just think it's all crazy. And this unfortunately adds to it.